Hey, geometry students. I finished grading your tests and I thought it might be a good idea to make um, another review and kind of go over this circles test. Most of you did really well on the scale factors. So if you want to retake that one after you see your score, just send me an email. But we definitely need to address the circles because that was rough. And so I made an additional review here and I put it in Google Classroom. It is under the April 19th through 23rd. So if you come in here, it's modeled exactly after the test. Okay, so we are going to first go through our vocabulary. Our radius, remember, is drawn from the center to the curve of the circle, so that is figure C. So we're gonna use C for this one. The central angle, the vertex is on the center, so that is figure G. All right, so we're going to use G, crossing off the ones I use. Our chord is a segment that goes from one portion of the curve to the other, so it's just a segment connecting two points of the circle. So that is figure A for me. All right, and then our diameter goes all the way through point to point going through the center. That is figure D. And then our inscribed angle, the vertex is on the circle itself. So that's this figure E. Okay. All right. Let me move my face over here. So we'll submit that. Okay. And then we'll do our next question. So here we want to find this angle right here. It is x degrees. And notice it's a central angle. That's the center of our circle. So if I can find this, that's also x. So our central angle measure and the intercepted arc measure are equal. Okay, so this x, our 135 and our 104, all add up to 360. Okay, oh, 360. There we go. Oh, that's terrible 6. All right. So x equals what? Sorry, strike that, not equals. Plus, let's see, 9, 3, 239. Okay, and then I'm going to solve for x by subtracting that from both sides. And we get x equals to 121 degrees. So let me type that in so I can see if we got it right. 121, and we'll submit. There we go. Okay, next question. This is an inscribed angle. Remember, our inscribed angle is half the arc. So here's my arc that is 74 degrees. So the measure of arc JK equals 74 degrees. And I want to find the measure of angle JLK. That is an inscribed angle. Okay. The measure of my inscribed angle is half the measure of your arc. So my arc measure is 74. So I'm going to take half of that to get my x. Half of 74 is 37. So my x equals 37 degrees. Okay, there we go. All right, question 4. This is a workaround problem. So I know we talked in class that if you have an angle that cuts off a semicircle, we know that's 180 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. So we've got a couple of options. Option 1, I can bring this out and double it. 34 times 2 is 68. And I can take 180 minus 68 to find this. Okay. Or I can take 90 and 34 and subtract that from 180 to get this angle here. And then if I double that angle, it gives me this. So I have two different options here. Okay. I like this double and then subtract from 180. It's pretty quick. So that's ultimately what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to do 180 minus 68, and that's 112 degrees. Okay. But if you want to do that second option, so let's say I call this angle y. So y plus 90 plus 34 equals 180. So y plus 124 equals 180. Subtract that from both sides, and you get y equals 56. 56 times 2 is 112. Okay, so if this is a 56-degree angle, this arc is 112. This way, I think, is a little bit faster. If you recognize this is 180, or you can use that whole 360, it's up to you. Okay, but you have options. You just have to look for the patterns. Okay, so if I submit that, we're good. There are similar questions. I think there's up to 4 similar questions for each problem. So I encourage you, do it a couple times. Okay. This question here, this is our x. It is an inscribed angle. So I know that x will equal half the measure of arc AB because it's an inscribed angle. Okay. But we know the measure of angle ACB equals 40, and that's a central angle. Our central angle equals the measure of the arc. So if this is 40, this is 40. So I know that, which means I'm going to take that 40 and I'm going to replace this with it. So x equals half of 40, or 20. So the measure of angle ADB is x, and that is 20. Okay. That question, I think a lot of people struggled with, and that was the last one. Okay. So quick 10-minute review. Give it a try. Let's plan on getting your classwork done and scheduling some retests. All right. Enjoy your weekend.